April 2nd, 2023, I am shown judgment for the medical community. This would be the scientific, all the way down to a person that participates with them, and all the way down to a doctor and everything that is participated with them, down to pharmacies that participated with the great, and this is their judgment. I was shown they went, God put a pestilence in their brain because they did these bad things and didn't repent and ask God for forgiveness for it. So even down on the scientist community, that will be a judgment on them, and all the way down to on the medical doctors, all the way down, and pharmacist community, all the way down that line. Your severity will be the pestilence of the mind, where you will go insane, literally insane. I seen these people's eyes. They were, I can't even describe it. It reminded me of like a Simple Simon from that cartoon a long time ago, but I mean, it was like not a cartoon. It was like a madness in their eyes. I was seeing two people in lab coats, and then before me there was a wood planked table, like the wood was really rough with the grooves in it, and they had these huge square hammers. I mean heavy square hammers, both of them did. And then from this day forward, when these two individuals go to hell, those hammers will go to hell with them, and they will be bashing their own head in hell. Because that's not to the Great Lake of Fire yet, where you're just consumed down in the Great Lake of Fire with just fire. But that judgment, that hammer will stick with them for eternity, even in the Great Lake of Fire. So then out of nowhere, I see this huge chunk of like a it's like a pie cheese, you know, like how the cheese is yellow and it looks like that big thick triangle cheese, and it just is thrown on the table, and they're like ravaging each other to get to it, and they're bashing it. One is bashing it, the other's bashing it, and they're bashing each other. They're bashing their hands, they're bashing it all the way into the table till the cheese is just like melded, gone into the wood. And then I was shown a huge hunk of gold. I mean, it was a chunk of gold. It comes out of there, wham, hits the table, and then they start bashing it and bashing it with these hammers. These hammers are huge, like metal, like lead hammers, and they're bashing it and bashing it and bashing it, even hitting each other, bashing it into the grain of this wood till it melds into the wood, which I think that's going to be their judgment plate. So then I see like a sausage casing of raw meat, huge, that comes out of the air, wham, on the table. They're bashing it in, and fighting each other, and the sounds and growls out of their mouths and minds, and then they're bashing it. It was violent. It was a sight to see. It was something that was totally like you've never seen anything like that ever before on TV. This is judgments for that community that is still poisoning our food. And if anyone's participating from it, being a normal citizen working for them, and they have to keep hush hush, that will be their fate too, unless they repent, meaning stop doing it, and ask God for forgiveness, because He is a merciful God. So I'm just bringing to you the judgment on that community from Jesus.